Type 1 diabetes is a life-altering disease. It is ever-present and impacts everyone in your life. All parents of type 1 diabetics do amazing things to support their children as they navigate their new normal. These mothers have gone above and beyond to make their children's lives the best they possibly can. They aren't just moms, they're moms on a mission to end type 1 diabetes forever. These are their stories of life with T1D.
I'm Debbie Downing. My daughter Anna is 16. She was diagnosed at 6. My daughter Avery is 14. She was diagnosed at 10.
My name is Sue Poley. My son is Eric Poley. He was diagnosed when he was 2. He is currently 24 and lives in New York City.
My name is Jackie Serrar. My son is Bryce Serrar, and he was diagnosed just before his 14th birthday. He is now 16.
Went to the doctor and we said, she's been really sick, what's going on? And they basically said, you need to go to the Cleveland Clinic, she has diabetes. Within 8 minutes of being there, they were holding my child down, putting in an IV, and checking to see if she was gonna be in DKA, which we're Googling because we didn't know what DKA was.
They, were trying to put an IV in his arm and he was screaming, "This isn't fun, this isn't fun." And I lost it, and my husband took me out in the hall and said, you're the mom now. You can't fall apart. You have to hold it together for him.
Your life changes that moment forever, and your child's life changes forever. It's shock at first, and then it's anger. They're very angry, still very angry. I don't think the anger ever leaves.
They send you home from the hospital 2 days later with needles, syringes, testers, and all of this stuff, and say to you, make sure her sugar doesn't go below X, 30 or whatever, because then she could have a seizure and die. Here you go, good luck, call if you have questions.
He was diagnosed when he was 2, so he had no idea, didn't even understand. I used to have to chase him around the house to give him shots because little kids think shots are punishment, like they don't understand.
This is a 24/7 disease, so we never get a break. He never gets a break.
When Anna was diagnosed, I was afraid she was gonna die, for a couple years. The fear you have initially is pretty overwhelming.
The scariest moments are the lows, when they can tell you they're low and they know that they're out of control and they're shaking and they want help and they don't want you to leave their side until they know it's gonna be okay.
Avery was at school, she was in 7th grade, and the nurse was not there that day. And her continuous glucose monitor is showing low, which would be below 40 with double arrows down. And it turns out they were able to get her, she had juice, she was okay. But it was one of those situations where usually when they're low, you can reach them and you feel like, okay, her sugar's low, but I've got this. I'm gonna give her juice, I'm gonna give her gel. But it was like a feeling of what if I don't get there in time, what happens? I think research contributing to a continuous glucose monitor has been probably the biggest change in our life because it provides trends for the kids that they can see. We sleep so much more, the kids sleep better, they know where they're at, and I think it's a sense of security that's been so helpful. And I know all the research that's been funded has helped for that. And the hope is that there'll be an integrated pump and, that we'll get a cure, that at some point in their lifetime, there will be a cure. But even since we've been involved in JDRF, the improvements in the technology have given me hope.
Right from the start, JDRF was there for us and in supplying information and giving support. One of the biggest things JDRF does for us is it gives us hope, a lot of hope for the future. We feel like we're really moving forward in finding the right answers.
He used to ask me when I was little, he would always say, "What's the cure gonna look like?" And I'm like, "Oh, bud, we'll know it when we see it. Don't worry, we'll know it when we see it." And I really hope in his lifetime he sees it.